Hello everyone, this is David Jagno at the GameDeveloper.com news desk here at GDC 2024, and today I am joined by Charlie Wheeler from TPlan Limited.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hello, thank you, and Varun Kare from Nimble Edge.
Hi, nice to meet you, David.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. First, we'll start with you, Charlie. If you'd like to first just tell us a little bit about TPlan and what you guys are doing.
Okay, so with TPlan, we're in the GDC startup area. We've had an absolutely amazing show, and we do game test automation. So we specialize in a UI test automation tool in the gaming industry.
Awesome, that's fantastic. What has been one of your highlights from GDC so far?
The highlight for me has been the energy around test automation. I believe that the gaming industry has woken up to test automation and the real expertise that automation can deliver on projects to make them on time, more efficient. There's a cost-saving angle there for automation because you can repurpose your testing team to more creative design activities and etc. So yeah, my biggest takeaway is the fact that the gaming industry is really enthusiastic about game test automation,
That's awesome.
as they should be.
For those unaware, can you give a short synopsis of what exactly game test automation is?
So game test automation is all about automating those manual, mundane, regression-type tasks in a repeatable way. So manual testers go through their manual testing to verify that the quality of the game is as it should be, the components work as they should be. But actually human beings are costly resource, and time and effort needs to go into that manual testing.
Right.
There's no reason why a lot of those manual activities can't be automated by an on-screen robot such as ours to automate those activities. And then you can repurpose those manual testers to other operations like quality and behavioral aspects of the game and increasing gameplay activities. So that's what automation is. It's delivering those manual things that a human being would do in a robotic, automated way to alleviate stress. And robots can work overnight. They can work during the dark.
Yeah, and like you said, it's things that are rather mundane for a human to do, or things that are repeatable and easily scalable.
Correct.
That really, I can see the value add there.
Correct, and you record it once, and then you can copy and paste your robots and really ramp up the energy of that testing without having to recruit new members of staff and resources accordingly. And robots don't have to be housed and fed. Let's face it.
True, not yet.
Not yet. No, not yet. That's AI.
Yeah, and and with the game landscape getting so much more complex and things constantly changing, how is TPlan going to be able to sustainably accommodate all those future advancements? What are your plans for future development and continuing to improve?
Well, I believe there's a lot of emphasis around machine learning and AI getting involved with test automation, and as the games become more complex and the use of AI in the game creation, it's very important to realize the mechanics of manual testing and gameplay testing are still really important, and even more so, it's therefore important to have all of those mundane regression type activities taken care of. So if you're doing nightly builds of your game or weekly builds of your game, let's take all of those repeatable processes, get them absolutely nailed down in terms of your automation regression test packs, so that your manual testers and your play testers can really concentrate on the really exciting creativity parts of the game. As the games get more complex, those activities get even more harder to test, and therefore the human beings are best purposed to do that. Leave the regression testing and the manual testing, the mundane activities to robots, and get the human beings doing what the creative people are, on this planet to do. Is what the story
it makes
is.
sense. There's so many elements of testing that are very, very quantifiable. Things that should be a certain way or should be a different way. So I can see, where TPlan is finding a way to innovate and establish themselves there.
Correct, and it's really good. And from our uniqueness is that we don't have any code interaction with our automation, so we can sit above studios, DevOps, indies, and take those games, automate them without having to have an embedded game developer engine underneath as part of your test pack. So
cool.
Increasing the agile nature of the testing and the automation accordingly.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you very much, Charlie, for speaking with me.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
And for you, Varun, can you tell me a little bit about Nimble Edge, what exactly the company is, what you guys do?
Sure. So Nimble Edge is a on-device machine learning platform enabling game developers and the gaming apps to actually run this entirety of AI and ML that is happening in the world today on their users' devices, right? So it's your very own handheld Galaxy or iPhone that is understanding you, that is generating recommendations for you, or identifying what's the next action do you want to do on this app. Since this AI ML is happening on the devices, you don't have to send this data out from your physical device. So it's privacy aware by design, but at the same time, it's way more cost efficient to do this on the device. It's usually what will happen. You'll take this data, collect this, send it to the cloud will send it back and process it and send the information back to the device. That's a multi-hop which is not really needed. Your generator of the data and the consumer of the data is the physical device or the user.
Right.
So Nimble Edge makes it seamless for mobile app developers, for game developers to bring the best possible personalization for their users while running these ML models on their devices.
Got it. So I can see the privacy implications, like you mentioned. What are the other value propositions that you feel like Nimble Edge really brings to developers on a core level?
Right. So we have seen a multi-pronged benefit that usually comes to companies or developers that are adopting the solution. One is since these data processing and the machine learning models run on the devices, you can go as fast as possible. You can process every click, every view, every scroll that is happening on the app to understand the mood of the user. So that's the world right now is actually near real time in the sense, right? The recommendations and the apps are personalizing for you at 5 minutes or 10 minutes interval. But when you shift this compute on the device, I don't have to deal with the scale of billions of users on my app. So I can go as fast as 80 microseconds. If as soon as you do the interaction, the app understands and immediately reflects the feedback. So that has, in general, this real-time personalization has brought 20 to 30% uplift in the engagement of the user on the app. Just that can move revenue numbers, that can move, your engagement metrics, while you are protecting the user privacy, while you are saving your cloud infrastructure cost.
So I can see for the developer, you not only get that increase in speed, but then for the end user, the experience is so much better. They're more likely to come back and play the game more and have higher retention, which, like you mentioned, just increases the bottom line of everything.
Yeah. So it's essentially you get the top line benefits and you reduce your bottom line costs at the same time. And it's just happening because you are switching how the compute happens today.
Where do you think Nimble Edge is positioned to go from here? What do you see the future of what your company is offering? How do you continue to differentiate yourself?
True. So I think when Nimble Edge started, really we were building one of the world's first platform to run this computing on the device. We built one of the world's first open source platforms to train machine learning models on the devices. Even right now, we feel there's a much wider adoption needed for edge computing, and the developers to understand the benefits that comes along with growing compute power on these devices. At Nimble Edge, we have been focusing on making it very, very easy for the developers to choose Edge. So we moved from making the world simplified. So each and every pipeline that you find on the cloud in terms of running your machine learning models, we have given a one-to-one correspondence on the device already. So as a machine learning engineer, even though I'm running my code on an Android device or an iOS device, I'm still writing my Python code base. Nimble Edge handles all the diversity, right from a heavy compute power of an iPhone to a smaller $200 smartphone.
Right. Yeah. So it's very scalable that way.
Yeah.
If a developer is interested in trying out Nimble Edge or learning more about the company, where can they find more information?
So they can always reach us out at nimbleedge.com. Our team responds very quickly to every query that comes over here. We are also happy to meet anyone in GDC if they are coming at our booth.
Great. And what about for TPlan, Charlie? Where can people find more information?
Well, like you said, come to our stand at GDC 2024 and on our website at t-plan.com. And we're also extremely reactive. That's where.
Awesome.
Email or web.
Great. Thank you both for joining me here today. I hope you have a good rest of your GDC. And good luck
David.
and take care.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.